your presence and we encourage all speakers to present their comments respectfully and concisely. Each participant will be given an opportunity to speak if they want. All comments received during this hearing will be included in an official record that I send to the state. Our goal is to ensure a fair, transparent, inclusive process that allows all perspectives to be heard. First, we'll go over the services. We're committed to supporting older adults, caregivers, and individuals with disabilities throughout a comprehensive network of services designed to promote independence, health, and quality of life. In 2025, we served 2,840 people, which was a 4% increase from 24. For insurances, high cap season with Medicare, we served 1,467 people, which was a 5% increase from 2024. New York Connects, we served 702 people, which was almost exactly the same from 24. And we were able to provide 59 people with aid services throughout the county, which was a 25% increase since 24. And also for the nutrition department, we were able to serve 83,051 meals throughout the county. And at the congregate sites, there were 18,343 meals served. A few other major services that we offer are information and assistance, outreach services, case management, legal assistance, senior centers and congregate nutrition programs, home delivered meals, in-home services and supports, caregiver support services, high cap, which is the health insurance information counseling, health promotion and supportive services. We also have New York Connects, that's a locally based no wrong door network that provides one-stop access to free, unbiased, objective, comprehensive information and assistance for all ages that need services. As required under the Older Americans Act and related funding programs, Chenango County provides assurances that services will be targeted to older adults with the greatest economic and social needs, with particular attention to low-income older adults, minority populations, older adults residing in rural communities, individuals with disabilities, socially isolated individuals, and family caregivers. The county remains committed to provide these services, including outreach, case management, legal assistance, home delivered meals, high cap, and information and assistance programs. The county as a whole, we continue to comply with all federal, state, and local reporting requirements associated with Area Agency on Aging funding and program operations. This includes fiscal oversight, program reporting, performance monitoring, and compliance with all applicable regulations and standards. With certain funding streams that require a local share or matching contribution, Chenango County remains committed to meeting those requirements to ensure continued access funding and ongoing delivery of services to older adults. Chenango County is proposing a restructuring of the Area on Aging. The purpose of this proposal is to enhance administrative efficiency, strengthen service coordination, and ensure the long-term sustainability of programs and services provided to older adults throughout Chenango County. It's important to emphasize that the proposed restructuring is intended to maintain compliance with all federal and state requirements governing the Area Agency on Aging and to preserve the essential services relied upon older adults and caregivers. We think the changes that will be put ahead will put us over $100,000 back into services instead of personnel costs. The current proposal will be eliminating 8 positions, which are Director of Office of Aging, Deputy Director Fiscal Lead, 3 senior outreach workers, program aide, and a part-time aging services aide. There will be an added position of a Director of Services for Aging, reinstate a position of Coordinator Services of Aging, reinstate an outreach worker, which would be a net loss of 5 employees. There will be an opportunity for advancement within the department for positions that could be added. The nutrition department would remain unchanged, and the outreach would be able to reach the same amount of aging population as managerial responsibilities will be redistributed to the senior outreach and coordinator of aging, making it possible to still be able to serve the same number of people we currently serve and able to provide room for any growth that we may see. The model is under the Department of Human Services. It is not under Social Services. All 3 departments under Human Services will retain their own autonomy as they currently have now.
Yeah, sure.
As part of this public hearing process, we welcome comments and feedback regarding the proposed restructuring and its potential impact on services. I will now let anybody speak. let me know that I'm not going to be doing like an answer and questions, but if any comments, I'm going to take them all, record them all, send every comment to the state so they're aware, and I'm going to try to get it all there so that it goes in front of Human Health Services Committee on Monday. We are trying to keep it under 3 minutes a person. I know Leslie has a little more than that because she has multiple peoples that she's doing, and Erin's going to kind of keep track of the minutes, and so we can move it along, and I can get it into the state so they know what's going on.
Hi, my name is Donna Gibbon. I'm the secretary for the Chenango County Senior Citizens Council. We've been very involved with everything that's been going on. It sounds like this is different from what you had come to our group and told us about a couple weeks ago. This sounds like it's reverting back to what the Board of Supervisors resolution originally was.
No.
No?
No, this is the same one that I came with you to.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the same layout, same amount of people.
So how many positions are being cut?
There's 8 positions being cut. There's 3 more being put back in, so there's a net loss of 5. Within those, there may be room for promotions.
So with 5 less people, or with 5 less people, you're going to be able to do the same amount of services as you do currently?
Correct.
That's hard to imagine. I'm sorry, but it is. Because that makes it sound like the people that are currently doing this work really have a lot of free time if they can absorb all the duties of the people that won't be there. And I don't think that's the case.
I'm not going to be able to comment on that stuff. Like I said, this is just what we're just putting out the proposal, and all those remarks.
Couldn't even be here.
I'm going to take them and put them to the supervisor
Planned it.
and go from there. All right, you're up. I'm short. You can put the microphone down. No, me personally.
Just get one with a long cord so you can walk around.
In case you don't know who I am, my name is Leslie.
We can't hear you.
Somebody put the microphone near her. Is this better?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want me to look for you?
No, that's okay. I'm just having to be on my tiptoes. In case you don't know who I am, my name is Leslie. I've sort of become the face of the Chenango County Concerned Citizens. Otherwise, that's kind of my only role. I do the speaking. I don't do much of the research. That is left to everybody else, which is pretty amazing. We have an amazing group helping us out on this. And just an aside before I start my statement, please try to remember that Michelle is just like I am. She is the face. She is not the one who has made these decisions. It's not up to her to defend or advocate for them. She's just the messenger. So try not to take your anger out on her.
Good point.
Okay, Madam Chairwoman. There is so much to address in this situation, it is difficult to know where to start. Financially, this change will not save the county money. After having looked at too many budgets and salaries, this move to an even more top-heavy organization will only create a higher salary load and reduce the services rendered to the residents of the county. Removing support staff and internal administrative positions does not afford the county enough money to budget for 2 new managerial positions. Add that nearly 90% of funding for the AAoA comes from 14 different revenue streams that can only be used for AAoA staff and services. Any newly created positions will be the sole responsibility of the county. While Mr. Blanchard has made claims of savings, no evidence to support the claim has been shown to the public. Organizationally, on paper, the services provided by DSS, New York Connects, and the AAoA seem to fit together perfectly, but paper is not reality. History has shown that the larger an organization gets, the less efficient it becomes. The AAoA has been running far more efficiently than DSS, and part of that is due to its size. The AAoA has been, It also appears to be running more efficiently than most AAoAs throughout the state. Why mess with a good thing? Generally, any changes made are done with significant input by those performing the work. Why hasn't that been done? I understand that only after significant outcry, the staff has been included. But how the process began creates division, low morale, and suspicion. Any good manager would know this. But as it stands, the AAoA needs no improvement or changes. It is already running as efficiently as possible. Economically, there are two trends that must be addressed that are alarming and make these changes fraught with uncertainty. New York Connects. From 2023 to 2026, the number of people contacting New York Connects has risen 330%. This crisis does not appear to be addressed with the restructuring. Why? Meals on Wheels. In the same time period, the need for Meals on Wheels has increased 150%. And I suspect the number would be higher if the 3 senior centers that were closed this year had remained open. Their numbers were also trending higher before their closure. Cutting any staff to the AAoA will decrease the number of seniors who can be served. I honestly doubt the commissioner or deputy commissioner will hop in their car to assemble, pack, or deliver meals when drivers are absent or meals to be delivered are missed. It would also be poor use of their hours, as that is a very expensive Uber Eats delivery. Management. Regardless of management style or skill, DSS is a very stressed department. Turnover rates are higher than average, morale is low, and federal rules and regulations are very dynamic due to federal changes in administration. These points cannot be argued. They are current reality. Errors will occur, such as the one post-COVID, to reinstate the work requirements that went unnoticed for at least one fiscal year. Adding the AAoA into this chaos will only add to low morale, high turnover, and errors, resulting in fewer seniors served. If the hope that assistance will be provided by AAoA staff to reduce chaos on workloads within DSS, it will jeopardize AAoA funding and must be functionally autonomous. New York State guidelines, strict guidelines regarding that work that AAoA is allowed to do requires that it must be functionally autonomous. It cannot be changed to aid another department. Since any significant organizational change comes with its own chaos, the burdens will not be reduced and will only risk institutionalizing the stressors, as has happened in the DSS. This means services will be severely diminished from this regard. And finally, economically. As stated previously, the data shows an alarming trend within the over 60 demographic. Add that the services provided now save local taxpayers in this county alone at least $10 million and up to $15 million, and adds at least $3.3 million to the county economy in discretionary spending. It also reduces the burden to our very stressed healthcare and skilled care nursing system. Risking these financial benefits of the AAoA's current makeup far outweighs the benefits of creating an organization that appears more consistent with the overall county organizational chart, which is one of Mr. Auwater's claims. Vanity for the appearance of efficiency is not a valid reason for reorganization. The state has not mandated this change, so there is no inevitability to this. Rather than forcing the change, time must be taken to do it properly with all of the aforementioned ramifications taken into account. It should be done during budget season when all funding is known and a full financial analysis has been performed and presented. The rush to make these changes in a form of government designed to be slow and deliberate screams of deception and not good intent. To avoid this appearance of impropriety that will encompass the entire Board of Supervisors and the Commissioner of the DSS, the process should be halted and the former director reinstated as interim director until it's determined what the real needs and intentions are. Thank you for your service and chairing this meeting.
Hi, my name is John.
Okay.
I think you might hear me.
You can come up here. Yeah, get on up there. If I gotta do it, you gotta do it.
My name is John. The HIP office is helping me right now, trying to fix my main water system at home because I'm having a lot of trouble with it and I can't get the plumber to come in and fix it. So I'm dependent on the HIP office to see if they can help me fix my water system out in the country. Also, they're trying to help me now with my electric bill, and the other thing they help me on a lot is my heating bill. And that's why I'm here today, to go downstairs afterwards with the rest of the paperwork they needed to see if they can get the heat project down in Green to come up and help me out on this mess. Thank you very much.
Get on up there.
Do I have to go upstairs?
Yes. Yes, ma'am. I just said it. If I have to do it, you gotta do it.
You got it all like winning grace. How was that?
That's what I thought, but.
Good teacher. I'm talking about budgets.
So I just have a couple of questions. In looking at your organizational chart, how come there is no support staff? Who's going to answer phones? Oh, you're not answering questions?
No, not really, but they do have extra hires and they are keeping those.
Right now, but you're getting rid of one of them, the extra hire part-time.
The part-time,
The
not
part-time.
the extra hires.
There's only one extra.
Correct.
Last I knew, there was only one extra
Correct.
hire.
Yep.
So that's only 19 hours a week. What are you doing with the rest of the time?
They're gonna probably hire another extra hire.
Can't hear you.
Extra hires. The extra hires are not involved in the thing. I don't know why it's not in there, but
Well, if they're not in there, they don't exist.
Where's the money from?
And in the organizational
Money
chart,
grant.
under the nutrition program, you have a program made of A7610.117. When that position was originally started, it's starred, which means it's 100% funded by New York Connects. New York Connects won't pay for nutrition programs. So that person, it can't be that line item. You're gonna have to use a different line item.
that's already in the coming up committee. They're
To
changing
have it
start,
changed?
change the start
And
items.
reverse it.
They're moving them, yep.
Okay. Who's doing all the quarterly state aid claims?
Currently,
No. With your model, who's gonna do all the state aid claims?
that would be under human services, under their accounting supervisor.
Okay, you realize you can't claim any of that.
No, that's all DSS money they'll be paying for that
They're
position.
gonna pay for those. And are they gonna be in the office for the aging?
I think, I am not sure on that 100%, but I do think like they're gonna be able to go in and out so that they can have information, you know,
So they're also gonna pay all the vouchers.
I believe so.
And they'll know which funding stream those vouchers should go under.
I think they're going to work closely with the aging office still so that they can do it.
But who's gonna be in the aging office for them to work with
Director.
still? Okay. And doing the state budget, it's also going to be DSS doing the state budget?
DSS won't be doing anything, it'll be the Commissioner of Human Services.
Okay, so really DSS. The only thing you're moving under there is Office for the Aging, because Preston Manor is already owned by DSS. So really, it makes it sound really good, you're combining 3 departments, like they're not.
You're just
So who's
taking
gonna be doing the
under
state
that.
budgets? State revisions?
Director, this currently does now,
The director of,
aging.
okay. And this is an odd question, but you know me. So I know that in the past, the Office of Aging has done a lot of outreach into the communities and doing various functions, and they buy giveaways for those. What name is going to be on the giveaway, since it's not going to be Chenango County Area Agency on Aging?
Our name won't change for the department. It's still gonna be Chenango County Area on Aging.
Area Agency on Aging?
Agency on Aging, yes.
Okay, no, because your chart doesn't say that, it just
Yeah,
says Director of Aging.
Yep. Yeah, the Director of Aging title is changing, but the department itself, name's not gonna change at all. They're gonna keep that the same.
Okay, I like that. And you're maintaining that with less outreach workers, you're gonna be able to handle all of the current clients that you have, plus any new ones that walk in and want services.
That is what the hope is, yes, to be able to take the managerial reportings, administrative duties off of what the seniors currently do now, give it to the coordinators and the senior that will be staying, and let the outreach do more.
But because you're gonna have a program coordinator, why would you need a senior at all? I mean, if the program coordinator is gonna do the New York Connects reports and, you know, and the other ones, they can do high cap, why keep
I
it?
think they're trying to, did you break something?
It's not mine.
It is. I would be careful not to do it, I'm glad you did it all.
My elbow hit it.
I am not sure, I think they're just trying to bring it back to what it was, what previous directors, and there was always a senior and a coordinator.
Right, but
The senior
how much
was,
work is the coordinator gonna have?
the senior still will be doing outreach work as well,
They will carry caseload.
yes. The senior will, not the coordinator.
And right now with that specific line item number, that is the high cap coordinator.
Yes.
And so they will remain as a high cap coordinator into the training, blah,
Correct.
blah, blah.
Yes.
Okay. That's it.
Do you want to
You weren't so mad at
talk about?
No, I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at anybody. You guys can do what you want.
That's right.
You know, it's just that I might have to stop paying my county tax dollars because I don't want them to go to DSS. No, this is to keep it independent going back to what it was in 24. Although Brian wasn't
There
director
in
in 24.
24 now.
Yeah, but to go back to what it was. To reorganize, but not under Health and Human Services or Department of Social Services and Dan Alwater. It would be this, which worked very efficiently and we did great work. Thank you.
Thank you.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Can you hear back there?
No.
Hey, I'm gonna be short. My name is Rich. I've lived in Norwich 25 years, so I'm still a foreigner. Have not kept up much with any of this, but it seems to me that the biggest thing is saving money. Well, I have a list here of 23 supervisors, and the one that does the one town makes the same amount as another one. But why don't we take those 3 and eliminate them and have one supervisor for those 3? And then
I love it.
we have another one. These 3 towns, you could probably throw a baseball to each one of them. We could eliminate those and have them only have 1. So that's 2 more or less. And I don't know if I'm telling the truth or not. I understand it's $225 a day is the pay for a supervisor. That comes out to about $50,000. I just saved $200,000 and I've only been here 34 minutes. It would be so much easier to do that, right? No, we need the services that they provide. Doesn't matter how big or how small each one of those are. Just like the area agency. Did I get it close? Area agency on the agent. Hey, that was good. But we need the services available. I recently became a servant about 10 years ago, but you know, I haven't required any of these services yet, but I know many, many people that do. And I see the satisfaction they get from the services that they get. I see a very easygoing relationship between them and the agency. I mean, you know, there's the old saying, if it's not broke, why fix it? You know, it seems so common to me, common senseful, that they shouldn't even be wasting time talking about it. We should just like, hey, it's working, let's go on, and we'll go find another problem to solve, because this is not a problem from what I can understand. So, with that, thanks for letting me share.
I'm gonna jump right in on what he said. In addition to not fixing something or not messing with something that's not broken, it's also not costing the county a whole lot of money. So it's not going to be a huge cost savings issue. I'm still stuck on the number of people. I know you guys in the Office for the Aging, Chenango Area Agency on Aging, I still refer to it as the other. But anyway, I know you guys are pretty much busy from the time you come to work to the time you go home. And sometimes you do things on your way home. You'll drop something off to someone. You guys have used those examples. If that's the case, how can you do the same work with 5 less people? It's not logical. There is no way it can happen.
No, the 5% increase in a
Right.
year.
Thank you.
Get it, Missy?
Sir, go ahead. Do you need the microphone? I can bring it to you.
I've worked some lecture halls. I think I can be heard if not way
We
back.
can hear you.
Even to our newcomers, welcome. I've lived in the county about 65 years and spent another 20 outside doing other things. I have a professional degree and worked in this county in the days when we had farmers. And some of you, now you see abandoned barns, you may not even recognize what they are. But that was a whole different era when people had integrity, they worked hard, they looked out for each other, and they didn't go around, what can I get, you know? Having had some time in the educational services, I appreciate the work that's being offered. And I can tell you from experience, you don't walk out of school with a certificate and say, oh, I'm qualified for this job. You learn it. And I think when you're dealing with the aged, you're dealing with a particular group that doesn't fit, excuse me, but into the norm. None of us volunteered to get here, and we probably can all see a little slippage in our lives. We do as best we can, and most of us have worked hard to get here. So I hate to see a qualified group get dissipated into another group. They have certain qualifications that they have learned, they know the system, and probably most important, they know how to communicate. Starting out with some of these old farmers, I came family, 3 generations of farmers, but in working as a veterinarian on the dairy farms around, you didn't go into these people and say, oh, well, you need to do this or that. Because they had a pattern, they worked hard, they accomplished things that they had learned by experience. And if you wanted to communicate with them, you had to say, boy, I heard something interesting, and then let them go search it out. And I think dealing with older folks who have come up through that independent era in their life when they sort of did things for themselves, that you need to know how to communicate with them, because they may not be open to your suggestions or directions. You might have to suggest and get them on board. It's a whole different group of people you're working with. And I would like to suggest that it is an error with an increasing number of elders that need a special approach. You don't just walk in and say, oh, what can I do for you? You need to learn to communicate with them. And that's certainly half of what I learned in a professional career. If you don't communicate to the people, you can send them home with directions, and you might as well spend your time doing something else. You need to make them, when they leave, they need to understand what they're doing and why they need to do it, and get them on board so they volunteer to do it. So I appreciate the work you're doing, and I really hate to see these meetings come down to the expenditure of money. I know that's important, but having grown up here with independent farmer types, it kind of grieves me. Said, oh, how much money can we spend on subsidized housing? Well, I've new folks work for the Norris Pharmaceutical Company. I worked for the Eaton Laboratories for a while. There used to be jobs around here. Maybe we need to create jobs so that people have a place they can go and work and not just wait to be given something. So anyway, I hate to see this group diminish. They have special skills, in my opinion, and they need to be allowed to demonstrate them. Thank you.
One thing I just wanted to bring up, my name is Sarah Blanchard, no relation to.
I wouldn't hold it against you.
One thing I have noticed since I became aware of, this consolidation is, to me, it reeks of the same problem when they removed transportation a year ago to save the county money, which now it's back, and I'm glad to see that. But every time the county comes up with a great idea that's gonna save money, I don't know the exact numbers, but I know when that transportation went away that there were lots of people that I personally worked with and knew that lost their jobs at Raymond or other places because that was their only way to get to and from work. And so now that we've seen a reversal in less than a year's time of bringing it back, I'm sure it's not a coincidence that this is all happening right after we find out we need more funding to redo this building. So I guess my question is, as someone who hopes to reach the age where I need these types of services in this county, that I don't like the idea of playing with people in the community's lives, tax-paying people, just to see what might work and what might not. And so I guess my question is, even though you can't answer questions, but the question for me really is, how much money is each person over 60 and over worth to this community? Because if there's a dollar amount, we're doing it wrong. So